Hello, this is Beth Outram with SmartBridge again, and we're on our third in a series of videos about profit recognition and revenue recognition in JDE 9.2. So we've been through accounts receivable, sales orders, contract billing, and service billing, all in revenue recognition. And now in this video, we're going to talk about profit recognition, which is totally different. We start with our job master. This is our job master, P51006. And from our row menu, we take our RPO master. And here is our two RPOs. We only have two RPO masters for this particular job. One for deferred revenue and cost, and one for non-deferred. You can have as many as you want. Oftentimes these are related to phases, which would make sense, but I don't think that this one particular is. So from our job master, we go to our RPO master, and from our RPO master, we go to our RPO detail. And in the interest of time, I'm just going to show you the RPO detail. So this is where you define the accounts, the cost type and the cost code that is related to deferred revenues and costs. And you define them very finitely here of the cost code and cost type. Oracle did make it easier for you by allowing you to do this, which is select the RPO accounts, and they will come up in a listing for you, and you get to pick and choose which ones you want. You can see in this particular case our phase code or our cost code here, and you can see it brought it up for the job in the RPO, is 2001. Now, we also have the non-deferred ones for our non-deferred costs and revenues. And let me show you that real quickly because I also want to show you something else on the RPO masters. So here is the remainder of the accounts for this job that relate to revenues and costs. And this particular group is non-deferred. Now I want to show you back on here, the RPO master here, what we have done to make this more universal is we have in our category codes, we have defined two category codes, deferred and non-deferred down here. So in each of the RPO masters, we have put a value in category code 1. And I'll show you why we did that. So, because after you set up your RPO master and your RPO detail, then you're going to want to go set up your AAI criteria. And here is where the magic happens as far as being much more universal to use. Once you've put the category code in the RPO master, you never have to touch these particular AAIs again, thank goodness, because there's a lot of them. And these RPO AAI criteria relate back to your regular AAIs, and they relate by the AAI item number, which relates to cost, 001 relates to cost, 002 relates to revenues, etc., on down the line. Don't ask me why they changed in between regular AAIs and the RPO AAIs. I have no idea, but that's what they've done. So in our AAI criteria, we have said the match level to look for is the value in our RPO master category code 1. See, RPO category code and category code 1. And here's our values, deferred and non-deferred. And they go to different accounts. Now there is a substitution parameter in the resulting business unit that comes in really handy. I can put asterisk project, PROJ, and it will bring in the project number. So I can define these AAIs very universally by putting that in. And for my balance sheet from my company, I'm going to put 201 because this is only for company 201. What you see here are AAI items 001 through 004. These take care of costs, revenues, your balance sheet and income statement accounts for when you're moving the deferred or non-deferred revenues and costs from the work in process section of your balance sheet to the expense portion of your profit and loss statement. And they're all defined here. Now the remainder of the AAIs that you need, items 5 through 17, and again they're related here on your AAIs, we decided our match level was going to be 7. So this is very company specific. So we can go ahead and put our balance sheet account numbers in here. Our balance sheet business units in here because we know that only company 201 is going to be using this. And this takes the remainder of the movements of your revenues and costs. Now, what good does this do you? Well, they have actually changed the R51800. Let me go back one step so you can see. R51800, the profit recognition file build. They've changed the processing options to allow you to run this by revenue performance obligation level. And there is also a program R51446 for existing projects that need to be switched over to revenue recognition or profit recognition. You can run that, and then you can go ahead and run this with a level 4 and everything works well. You can ask whether or not you want to recognize your deferred profit over the life of the project or all at once, whether or not you want it to calculate by percentage of revenue or of costs. And then I want to show you the report real quick. And here is what our 51800 looks like now with our 2 RPOs. So this is my deferred RPO. See, RPO 001, this is my deferred. And this should be familiar to you if you've seen our 51800 in the past. And this is my non-deferred. So it splits it up for me. If I had 5 different phases that I was deferring or not deferring, I could have 5 different pages of our 51800. And that is profit recognition in a nutshell. So please stay tuned for our last and final episode, which will be the future of revenue recognition. And this is Beth Outram from SmartBridge, signing off for now. See you in our next episode.